Hello, my name is Keshwani. That's Keshwani, Keshwani. I have been solving math problems out of this book here, the GMAT review, the official guide. If you do not have it, buy it immediately at mba.com. The problem that I'm going to do right now is going to be the one that you will find on page number 167, problem solving, number 115. Let's take a look at it. And again, the work that I'm going to show you on the blackboard is the exact work that I will do in a scratch paper myself if I were taking the real exam right now and doing this exact problem. So pay attention, please. There are two ways of solving this problem. One is the algebraic way, the classical way, the orthodox way, the traditional way, the geeky way, the nerdy way, the proper way, the academic way, the way your math teacher would like you to solve this problem, which is with the algebra. I'm not going to do it that way because a lot of people are not very good in algebra, and even if you are good in algebra, you're more prone to making mistakes if you do the classical way. I'm going to show you the new other way, non-classical way, which is simply to plug in numbers for the variables. So here we go. It says Mary's income is 60% more than Tim's. So Mary, this is what I'm going to write. Mary is 60% more than Tim. The very next thing, this is what I'm going to write down on a piece of paper. The very next thing I'm going to do is, I'm not going to change the colors obviously during the exam, but very next thing I'm going to do is I'm going to put a number here. I'm going to give this guy a number. Let's make Tim 100. If that were the case, since I'm told that Mary is 60% more than Tim, Mary has to be 160. Now what caused me to plug in 100? Why not 2 or 3 or 4 or 5 or 37 or 439? You can plug in any number you want in theory. But in practice, of course, there are smart numbers to plug in and there are not so smart numbers to plug in. Since this problem is dealing with percentages, my instinct tells me that 100 would be a good number to plug in here. If the problem was dealing with hours and minutes, I would plug in some multiple of 60. If the problem was dealing with inches and feet, I would plug in some multiple of 12. You get the idea. So let's continue then. Then I'm told that Tim's income is 40% less than Juan's. Tim is 40% less than Juan. This is the tricky part. This is the part that is tricky. I already know that Tim is 100. I already plug in 100 for Tim. I already know that Tim is 100. So now I have to figure out what this number would be. 100 is 40% less than Juan. Well, if Tim is 40% less than Juan, that tells me then Juan must have 140% of Tim. Or let me rewrite it a different way. It tells me if Tim is 40% less than Juan, then Tim's income must be 60% of Juan. So the question is, Tim is 60% of Juan. So the 100 is 60% of what? Which is basically what we're asking here. Let's continue then. So 100 means equal 60%, 60 over 100, percent means over 100, of means times, and x. If you solve for x, multiply both sides by 100 over 60. So you can get rid of this and that. So x equals, your x is Juan's income. I'm trying to figure out what that number must be. And Juan's income is right here. It's basically 100 times 100 over 60. 100 times 100 is 10,000 over 60. So basically it's 1,000 over 3, or 1,000 over 6. 1,000 over 6. I know that 1,000 over 3 is 333. I know that 1,000 over 3 is 333, which I'm going to round it to 332. Therefore, 1,000 over 6 must be, I'm going to write here, since 1,000 over 3 is approximately 332, 1,000 over 6 must be, 1,000 over 6 must be half of that. Half of 332, well, 3 goes into 2 once, you have 1 carry 1, this becomes 13, 13 goes into 2 6 times, carry 1, so it's 166. Mary is 160. This guy is 166. Juan is 166. Juan is 166. As you can see, Juan is just a slightly more than Mary. Just a slightly more. And what is the question asking? What percentage of Juan's income is Mary's income? Well, since Juan is just slightly more than Mary's income, if this had been 160, the question was what percentage of Juan's income is Mary's income? If this were 160, 100% of Juan's income would have been Mary's income. Since this is 166, little less than 100% of Juan's income would be Mary's income. Just a little less. Let's see what the answer choices are. That tells me, since Juan's income was 166 and Mary's income is 160, the question again is what percentage of Juan's income is Mary's income? A percentage more than 100 cannot be. 120% of Juan's income is not Mary's income. 120% of 166 is going to be more than 166, obviously. Mary's income is only 160, which means that A is wrong, B is wrong, and D and E are too small. Has to be 96%. That's it. Has to be 96%. Because you see, the difference is very slight. And that's all it is. And that's what I would do in a real exam because of the time constraint. There are some times you have to take chances. Listen, send me an email if you wish to get the tapes that I have, which have the solutions to all the math problems, or if you wish to hire me to help you get ready for the GMAT, for personal private tutoring. Go to my website at prep4gmat.com and send me an email. All right? If you're interested, that is. Thanks.